For God's sakes, a pot of small ale.
Will it please your lordship drink a cup of sack?
Will it please your honor taste of these conserves? What raiment will your honor wear today?
I am Christopher Sly. Call me not honor nor lordship. I never drank sack in my life. And if you give me any conserves, give me conserves of beef. Never ask me what raiment I'll wear, for I have no more doublets than backs, no more stockings than legs, no more shoes than feet, nay, sometimes more feet than shoes, or such shoes as my toes look through the over leather.
Heaven ceases idle humor in your honor. Oh, that a mighty man of such descent, of such possessions and so high esteem, should be infused with so foul a spirit.
What? Would you make me mad? Am I not Christopher Sly, old Sly son of Burton Heath, by birth a peddler, by education a card maker, by translation a bear herd, and now by present profession a tinker? Ask Miriam Hackett, the fat ale wife of Wincott, if she know me not. If she say I am not 14 pence on the score for sheer ale, score me up for the lyingest knave in Christendom. What? Am I not bestraught? Here's...
This is it that makes your lady mourn. Oh, this is it that makes your servants droop.
Hence comes it that your kindred shuns your house, as beaten hence by your strange lunacy. O noble lord, bethink thee of thy birth. Call home thy ancient thoughts from banishment, and banish hence these abject lowly dreams. Look how thy servants do attend on thee, each in his office ready at thy beck. Will thou have music? Hark! Apollo plays, and 20-caged nightingales do sing. Or wilt thou sleep? We'll have thee to a couch, softer and sweeter than a lustful bed, on purpose trimmed for Semiramis. Say thou wilt walk, we will bestrew the ground, or wilt thou ride? Thy horses shall be trapped, their harnesses studded all with gold and pearl. Dost thou love hawking? Thou hast hawks will soar above the morning lark, or wilt thou hunt? Thy hounds shall make the welkin answer them.
Say thou wilt course. Thy greyhounds are as swift as breed stags, aye, fleeter than the roe.
Dost thou love pictures? We will fetch thee straight. Adonis painted by a running brook, and Cytherea all in sedges hid, which seemed to move and wanton with her breath, even as the waving sidges play with wind.
We'll show thee, Io, as if she was a maid, and how she was beguiled and surprised, as lively painted as the deed was done.
Or Daphne roaming through a thorny wood, scratching her legs, that one shall swear she bleeds, and at that sight shall sad Apollo weep, so workmanly the blood and tears are drawn.
Thou art a lord, and nothing but a lord. Thou hast a lady far more beautiful than any woman in this waning age.
And till the tears that she hath shed for thee like envious floods, or run her lovely face, she was the fairest creature in the world, and yet she is inferior to none.
Am I a lord, and have I such a lady? Or do I dream, or have I dreamt till now? I do not sleep. I see, I hear, I speak. I smell of sweet savors, and I feel soft things. Upon my life, I'm a lord indeed, and not a tinker, nor Christopher Sly. We'll bring our lady hither to our sight, and once again, a part of the smallest ale.
Will it please your mightiness to wash your hands? Oh, how we joy to see your wit restored. Oh, that once more you knew but what you are, these 15 years you have been in a dream, or when you walk so waked as you slept.
These 15 years by my fate, a goodly nap, but did I never speak of all that time?
Oh, yes, my lord, but very idle words. For you lay here in this goodly chamber, yet you would say that you were beaten out of door, and rail upon the hostess of the house, and say you would present her at the leet, because she brought stone jugs and no sealed quarts. Sometimes you would call out for Cicely Hackett.
I, the woman's maid of the house.
Why, sir, you know no house, nor no such maid, nor no such men as you have reckoned up, as Stephen Sly and old John Naps of Greece, and Peter Turf and Henry Pimpernel, and 20 more such names and men as these, which never were nor no man ever saw.
Now, Lord, be thanked for my good amends.
Amen.
I thank thee, thou shalt not lose by it. Good morning and welcome to the Dijon Sorry Show. Today we have 3 very special guests. Introducing our first guest, Mr. President Barack Obama.
Well, great to be here. Great to be here.
Our next guest, 8-Bit.
Thanks for being here. Let me be here.
Sure, of course. And lastly, Logic.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? What's up?
Alright, let's get straight into it. So today we're going to be talking about a very special album made by Shakespeare called "The Taming of the Shrew."
Right.
More specifically, his first song, "The Induction."
President Obama, do you want to speak on that?
Yeah.
Since you're the honor, the guest.
You know, being the president of the United States, people don't really think I have a lot of time to have personal interests.
Right.
Since I have a bunch of responsibilities. But when I do have some free time, I enjoy indulging in rap music and rap culture. And I was very excited to see the new Shakespeare album. And, you know, I had listened to it a few times. And, you know, I realized after hearing the induction along with the whole thing, that the induction is extremely important. It helps to set everything up. It's like a building block or a stepping stone.
Right.
It sets up the themes and it really characterizes some of the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So speaking of themes,
yeah, there we go.
I had a couple themes I saw. So the first one being social classes, and the second one relationships. So I'm just going to go straight into relationships. So I saw that men view women as objects and physical things instead of actual people. So for example, in the beginning, when Sly is first told that he is royalty, he denies this. He says, and I quote here, "I am Christopher Sly, calling not honor nor lordship. I never drank sack in my life." So he's denying all the allegations of the servants saying that he is royalty. But when the Lord mentions that he has a beautiful lady, "Thou hast a lady far more beautiful than any woman in this waiting age," he starts to backtrack and he says, "Oh, really?
Right.
Am I this Lord, and have I such a lady?" So
So speaking on that, the relationship theme. I just want to talk about Sly because he's very dynamic, and I noticed that a lot of characters in the album are very dynamic. Like Catherine is very dynamic, and the characters exchange because of Petruchio Taming. His characters exchange, and Petruchio somewhat changes also. So there's a lot of dynamic characters in the album itself. And the quote right here says, "I am a lord indeed, and not a tinker nor Christopher Sly." That's showing how he's changing very fast, and there's a lot of there's a lot of quick change. And I noticed that, as you were saying about him having a wife, as soon as he figures that out, he doesn't even believe that he is Christopher Sly. He's someone else completely. Like he's a lord now, not a tinker.
yeah. So going off that, about the theme of social classes, what do you guys think about that theme?
Well, you know what? Let me step up to the plate here real quick. One character that I really noticed throughout this song, The Induction, was the Lord. Immediately in scene 1, we see him as this very strong, very powerful character. He's bossing his servants and telling his huntsmen what to do, and he takes advantage of Sly, and he sees him as this weaker character, and he sets his dominance right away. Then moving on to scene 2, we see his lines. They're very long. And I think this is to show how important of a character he is in this social class, and it supports the theme of the social classes throughout the story in comparison to these other characters, such as the servants.
Right.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. As I listened to it, I noticed that the servants have very, very short, concise lines. And I think that's to show that they're very irrelevant and they're not as important as the other characters. Also, they have a repetition of lines. I think, or repetition of words, excuse me. And I think that repetition is to help show that they are very domesticated and don't have much control or freedom over their actions.
Right. So, yeah, similar to that, I've noticed that Sly in the beginning, he was not relevant, similar to the servants, and is showing that he's becoming, or his lines have become like concise and one-liners. And slowly as he changes into a lord, he becomes to have longer lines, and it's becoming like into paragraphs.
Yeah, like a crescendo.
Right. To show that he's becoming more important. As Logic said, the Lord has a lot of lines showing how his importance, and so Sly is getting more important as the time goes on.
The Lord.
And I noticed that also, because the servants also represent their concise lines, represent their intelligence, and how they in the album they seem more intelligent than their masters, and that could be just because they're concise and they get to the point. Similar how the induction gets to the point.
I completely agree with you.
Didn't you want to talk about the induction?
Yeah. So why did Shakespeare implement this induction?
So I did some research beforehand, and I found that the induction actually means the closure. So I found that was interesting and ironic because there's no closer in this album.
Right.
And then the induction is the beginning, and usually the induction is actually the end.
Speaking of closure, I got a little rap to close this off.
Oh, really?
no way.
Oh,
Yes, okay.
Tonight.
Here we
So
go.
I'll go into it. Shakespeare Induction, that is the introduction. Language so archaic that it ain't basic. Sly and the Lord, plus all that wanton mosaic. He's a classic like a Shakespeare play. Chapstick is lame, you can't even get on sway. Making me yawns like it's the Mexican Independence Day. Arriba! I'm gonna tame the shrew, Michael Chapstick, I'm coming for you.